And people were asking me, my colleagues were asking me to run for chief judge. And so I did. It was maybe 29 judges at that time. And I lost by 1 vote. And the only strike against me was my age. At that time, I was 1983. I was 36. And of course, most of my colleagues were in their 40s and 50s and some in their 60s. So as a consequence, I didn't win, lost by 1 vote, but I didn't do any different things. I just continued to do what I did. And 2 years later, some of the same people with others who had ascended the bench asked me, and I put my name in, and I unseated the person that beat me by 1 vote and won by a compelling number of 3. So I served until then Mayor Coleman Young, outstanding mayor, the only 5-term mayor in the history of Detroit, asked me to come over and help him. And I said, well, Coleman, I don't even respect half the people you got here. He said, that's why I need you to come over here. And as a result, I learned some respect for some of them, but obviously we worked together and did some good things. And but I knew politics wasn't my reason for my career selection, and I had an opportunity of leaving gracefully to return to the practice of law. The then governor called and said, did I want to return to the bench? He had an appointment for it. I said, no, sir. I've done my service there, and went back to help the people. And politicians called me to ask me to run for Congress or run for mayor or do some other things politically. And I said, no, thank you. I'm very happy doing what I want to do because I can be most effective with forming the kind of coalitions to get some things done, and sometimes being an outside agitator with constructive recommendation for change and an energy level that's not muted by those people who have different agendas, gives you more freedom to make some things occur that you otherwise might not be able to do. I had the good fortune of having the guidance and counsel of many great people, and I had the good fortune of having them as friends and sometimes even having them as clients. So I know that some of you may have had a chance to look at the exhibit on the wall, and that just chronicles a particular period. I have told Brother Amir that I will be donating many of the things from my career to the museum here for inspiration to others, as we all need to have a legacy. And maybe someone may take some interest in law, interest in positive social change that this can inspire. And as a consequence, that is my goal. If you have any questions or any thoughts that you wish me to address in terms of my career or people that I've known and worked with, I certainly have a desire to try to answer any questions you have. Thank you.
I heard you mention the Nation of Islam. Were you affiliated with Black Muslims?
Yes, I was affiliated with what were called the Black Muslims. Yeah. Let me explain. In the movement in the 1960s, many of the militants in Detroit people like Kenneth Cockrell, another person by the name of General Baker, who started a movement called DRUM, which was a movement to get the UAW to address issues of workers in the plants. Movements that were focused in on change were originally influenced by the Nation of Islam. That is, they attended the temple meetings, and they were followers of Malcolm during the time that Malcolm was alive. When Malcolm broke from the guidance of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, many of these men also broke, and they disavowed the nation as its director, if you will, and followed Malcolm. When Malcolm died and was killed, that enabled many of them to continue their struggle. Now, I came along under that group's tutelage, but they still had some aspects of Muslim thinking and referred to God as Allah, greeted each other with greetings of Assalamu alaikum and all that, as well as they studied the teachings of Franz Fanon, and they studied socialism and Karl Marx and others. So in the period that I came along, that was an influence. And of course, I wanted to know just what about this Muslim connection. So I went to the temple, but I really could not regiment myself to, at that point, some of the directions in that particular organization. So I connected with other Muslims that were able to assist me in learning Islam, more of the religious aspects. Organizationally, when Imam Muhyiddin Muhammad took over the Nation of Islam and called it the World Community of Al-Islam in the West, then I joined with him in terms of the identification of his teachings. But people referred to it still as a nation because that had been the forerunner. And Imam Muhyiddin Muhammad had actually left his father's organization too in order to join in with Malcolm. And when Malcolm was killed, he went back to his organization trying to change and reform it from within, and then he assumed leadership and changed it as a leader. But I've studied Islam both through the nation and through what would be considered offshoots. But if you're talking Islam in the 20th century in America, for Black Americans, you're really talking about the root being essentially the Nation of Islam and various